So here's the ingredient list. We're going to start with white navy beans, and you're going to soak them overnight and then boil them for 10 minutes, putting 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the boiling water. And that's going to alkaline the water. It's going to make the hard shells softer, and also mitigates the gaseousness of the beans, let's say. And then the flavor mixture is going to have ketchup, molasses, brown sugar, onion powder, a little bit of clove, don't use too much. This is mustard seed, you could use ground mustard, I just happen to have seed. A little bit of balsamic vinegar, Worcestershire, salt, pepper, and soy. And then for the other ingredients, when you mix with the beans, some kind of pork. You can use salt pork or bacon. This happens to be whole pork jowl, which I really like. Works great. We use it for bacon as well. And then chopped onion. Oh, almost forgot. A little bouquet garni of thyme and bay leaf, and then a little bit of tomato paste in that mix. And you're going to mix up, with all the flavor ingredients, you're going to mix up about 2 cups. So, heavy on the molasses, ketchup, sugar, lighter on everything else, and then you'll augment that with the water from the boiling beans. So I realized I stupidly hit time-lapse instead of video, so I'm going to voice over a couple of these clips here. So just explaining how I soaked the beans overnight. We're now going to boil them for 10 minutes. I poured a little water in there just to make sure I got a ½ inch of water above the beans. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Again, that softens the outer skin, cooks faster, much better end product. And while that's cooking, of course, here's saving all the onion scraps for stock later, never waste. While that's cooking, we'll make the flavoring, the sauce mix, if you will. And so it's all the ingredients that I had at the beginning. Just going to pour them together, heavy on the molasses, sugar, ketchup, and we want to get about 2 cups of this mix. Probably one of the biggest mistakes right there is putting too much clove. Clove is really strong. It can take over the other flavors, so just really light on that. Okay, it's mixed and ready. And here we're just showing the whole pork jowl that we use in lieu of salt pork or bacon. And we also use this 4-hour bacon, and I'll tell you what, once you do that, you're not going to go back. It's less expensive and much better. You probably just find it at your regular market. We do. Here just showing that the beans can foam up and almost overflow, so you just keep scooping that foam away, throw it out, but save all the water you can. Then we'll strain them, because you want to keep that bean water. That's key to flavor. And we'll start doing the assembly. So on the bottom, half the pork, half the onions, then half the beans. And we'll put another layer of the pork and onion. We'll throw in the bouquet of bay leaf and thyme at that point. The rest of the beans. And now the flavor mix. And you don't have to stir it up much. It's going to blend beautifully over 3 or 4 hours. And then get the liquid to the top. Don't throw anything away until you've checked it after a few hours. Make sure the liquid level's up. Salt and pepper, put it on high. It's going to be about 4 hours, but you'll check it in 2. Okay, a couple hours in, we'll just give a peek. See how she's going. Nice bubbly. Plenty of liquid, so we'll check it another hour and a half. Okay, it's been just under 4 hours. I've checked it a couple times. The liquid looked great. And that has a lot to do with soaking them overnight. You could put dry beans in here and just start with that, but it will take several hours longer, and you'll really have to watch the liquid, because then it'll absorb and they'll get dry and they get burned. So anyway, let's take a... Okay, let's open her up and see what's going on. looking good. I'm going to fish out my bouquet. I think I've lost some. Look at that little sneaker. A little sneaker. I'll have to watch out for the rest of them. But anyway, great texture. Looking really good. Tasting really good. So now what I'm going to do is some is going to be for lunch right here. I'm going to bake these just to warm up again, along with Oregon, all natural grass-fed, no hormones, no nitrate, beef franks, because that's how we roll out here. And then the rest, I'll be putting into these mason jars, and we'll put them in the freezer out back. And that way, when the rains come and it's cold, we'll have plenty of good beans to eat. Okay, so I hope you try this recipe, particularly you, Stephen Llewellyn. And once you do, you'll be hard pressed to reach for a can opener again. The best.